John always said it was a love letter to his kids, which is a very odd thing to say about a movie like that, but in the sense that it's all about parenthood and protecting your kids and feeling like you can kind of create this bubble around them in a way, and if they just stay close enough, you actually have the ability to do that. I think the second film is sort of a graduation of that idea, in the sense that our family is forced to move on from this safe haven that they've created, from this home that they have, and when they step out into the world, both literally and figuratively, that's exactly what they're doing. And with Dad gone now, he's sort of passed the torch in some way to his daughter and to the whole family, but particularly to Regan, who I think takes on that responsibility. And if the first one was sort of about protecting your family, then the second one is about the hope and sort of future that lies in the hands of the children. I think the fun of this movie is putting them out in the world and saying, how are you going to not only survive and stay quiet, because what the slate that wasn't wiped clean is the rules of the movie. So they have to kind of live by the same rules that they did before. They just don't have the safety net that they had before. So now to go out in the world with a baby in a box and along the way to have all different kinds of injuries and to survive all these different things, I think it raises the stakes in every single way, because the same rules apply, except now it's a free-for-all. They don't know the terrain, they don't know who they're going to run into, they don't know what they're going to come up against. So it just makes it that much more terrifying. Regan slowly is sort of becoming her father and taking on that role in much the same way she started to in the first movie. And so I think she's this incredibly resilient character who, as much as she, I think, struggles with the guilt and with everything that's happened in the past, now I think realizes that she has an opportunity. She literally is the future. So she has the opportunity to go out there and do on a much larger scale what Lee Abbott did for the family in a smaller way. The decision to pick up right after where we left off, I think, was twofold. One, I think creatively it was the most exciting direction when John came up with the idea. I also think that it's much more challenging, or I think it can be much more challenging to say, okay, if we're literally making this part two, it's the chapter of a larger story and we're picking up right where we left off. As opposed to saying all this happened off camera over the course of the last 2 years and now we're picking up here. It was a really interesting, I think, creative challenge to say, what does it look like, and answer those bigger thematic questions of what does it look like for this family when we've all witnessed how they survive when it's just this one contained space, but now we're opening up the world completely.